maintenant le moment de payer hommage à notre personnalité de l'année. Jonathan Wener est un homme exceptionnel. Il est novateur en affaires, bien entendu, mais aussi son précieux soutien à la communauté est remarquable. Il laisse une marque profondément positive pour toute cause où il s'implique. So here to say a few words about Jonathan are his close friends, for now, my friends Harvey Levinson, Alan Maislin, and Jim Stein. Give them a big warm welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, and John, and others, we have gathered here today to celebrate a most special event. Of course, we speak of National Chocolate Milk Day.
I wish that were a joke, but it's actually true.
What is a joke, though, is the fact that we have wasted most of the past month preparing to roast John Wener as JCF's honoree of something or other.
Like he needs another honor. John has more honors than a dozen Supreme Court justices.
He has more trophies than Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, and Plaque Impact combined. Anyways, we'd like to spend the next hour roasting John and talk about his many accomplishments and qualities.
Yes, we would like to spend the next hour doing this, but given the subject, we're lucky we could cobble together 9 minutes.
So sit back, relax, and let us get through this so we can get to what we are all really gathered here for, the open bar.
For those of you who don't know this by now, John is a very wealthy and influential man.
So wealthy that he's hired Mark Zuckerberg to compose Canderel's Facebook posts.
So influential that George Soros, Bill Gates, and Donald Trump make up conspiracy theories about him. But despite this immense influence, he remains at heart an elegant, humble, and simple man.
John has his priorities in the right place and knows what's truly important in life. For example, he once had a flood in his country place, and the water was up to his chest.
But despite all the valuables, the important business documents, and the invaluable memorabilia strewn about the place, John knew what was the most important to rescue.
They say that the difference between men and boys is the price of their toys. Well, with John, it's not about the price, but about size. Get your minds out of the gutter, folks. We're speaking about his toys, of course. In ascending order, things that John likes to play with are drones, chainsaws, skidoos, motorcycles, ATVs, front-end loaders, and wigs.
What you may not know about John is that he's an amazing athlete. He's an avid diver. A skier so fast that he's been known to cause avalanches. A regular on the golf course. And an incredible pairs figure skater.
There are so many stories we can tell about John, but after passing them through JCF's legal team, we were left with just 3. We will each take you to migrate the possibilities, to mitigate the possibilities of lawsuits and a triple homicide.
So, hi, I'm Jimmy Stein. Many of you don't know me, but I know John. I know him very well. I'm one of his cousins and one of his first employees. Others can address John's business acumen and leadership. his caring and largesse. Each of these qualities are exceptional. But I want to address his secret sauce. It infuses everything he does, everyone he touches, and that secret is his positivity. No is not an option. There is only yes, unabashedly yes. Over 30 years ago, John found the perfect complement to his positivity, Tony Robbins. He brought him in to do a motivational session with all of us at Canderel. Tony's message was simple. It was John on steroids. It was all about the power of yes. Yes. Say yes. Share it. Yell it out. The more you use it, the better it gets. The Tony Robbins experience was better than anyone could have imagined. Wow, it really worked. Everyone walked away super motivated, but nobody more so than John. A couple of months later, we were on a business trip in Paris. John is generous, but he runs a tight ship. So we were sharing a room, albeit in a very nice hotel. Despite our best efforts, the prospects to pull off a deal were looking very thin. So first thing in the morning in our room, John started in on his now reinforced positivity enhancement. Yes, 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 over and over and over again. Oui. Now, I don't know what hearing that conjures up for all of you. But I can assure you there was no question in the minds of the hotel staff that had gathered in the hallways as we walked out of the room. The looks on their faces said it all. And John simply greeted everyone with a big smile and gestured suggestively at me. Flash forward. 25 years later, John and I are again sharing a room. But this time it's not for 2 nights, but for 5 weeks on a not inexpensive exploration cruise to Antarctica. We agreed to share a room so we could cut costs. We also agreed that when in Antarctica, do as Antarcticans. So we dressed the part. The penguins got a good laugh and gave us full points for positivity. Silly humans trying to fit in, but freezing their asses off. However, our shipmates and the crew, knowing that we were bunking together, they had an entirely different take on the situation. They thought we had just gotten married. We arrived back on board to congratulatory champagne and applause, and John, with that inimitable twinkle in his eyes, simply remarked, he finally learned to say yes.
My story is a little closer to home. It was when John asked me to help him with the CJA campaign retreat at Camp Abrith. So here we are at camp with over 100 people to learn leadership and other skills. One of the evening programs had me on stage teaching our team how to play the kazoo, a very difficult instrument to learn and teach, I'll have you know. While trying to impress the crowd with my musical mastery, I noticed that John was not in the room. In fact, in checking, this was not a good sign to me. In fact, I'm checking, but if he's still here right now. Anyway, back to Camp CBB, and the vanished John. I jumped off the stage and raced back to my room on the second floor of the Seniors Vatican building. I ran up the stairs, opened the door of my room, and there's John and John's team. I was wondering, when I opened the door, there's John with his team, Frenching my bed and doing other indescribable things. I was wondering, how the hell did he get up here? And I noticed a ladder outside my bedroom window. the lunatic climbed up 2 floors on a ladder. I was now wondering, despite being busted, John was a man on a mission. He immediately grabbed me and pushed me out into the hallway and said, "Let me finish." And was all he said. I'm losing my place here. I then ran out. I went to find Frank Weinstein, the camp director, and I said, "Frank, I need you to change the sheets and clean up my room," which he proceeded to do. I took the ladder and I threw it down. The room's all clean. I close the lights. I fill up a bucket of water and I sit down. It doesn't take 10 minutes and I hear the thump, the thump, the thump coming along the wall. My dear friend climbs up the ladder again. He gets to the window sill and he looks in, and I say to him, "Hi, John." And he says to me, "Oh shit, the sit in the dark trick again." I then proceeded to dump the bucket of water on him. It didn't take 2 weeks till I got home. When I got home, 2 weeks later, I go to put on my running shoes. Crushed bananas in my running shoes. So, I can't even find my marks, but this is a story of John and his tenacious way of playing tricks on everybody.
Jim talked about traveling with John. Jim talked about traveling with John. I've done my share as well. And I'm amazed I'm still here to tell the tale. Traveling with John is like being with a combination of Gulliver's Travels and Forrest Gump. It's like opening a box of booby-trapped chocolates. You never know what trouble you're going to get into or cause next. Like playing golf in the Judean desert. John decided to drive golf balls off the top of a cliff into a deep gully so that some poor archaeologist will find these white spheres 1,000 years from now and wonder what the hell they are and how the hell they got there. Or our time in Tel Aviv. We sent John out for ice cream, and he came back with a selection of flavors from Baskin and Robbins, as well as Dr. Ruth, the sex therapist. We all learned new and interesting uses for ice cream and chocolate sauce as well. You didn't know that, did you, Susan? Traveling in Baku, Azerbaijan in 1994, John found a minivan to take us from the airport to the hotel. His well-sharpened real estate negotiation skills were so great that the driver stopped the van in the middle of nowhere in the dead of winter to extort an additional fee from us, well over what John had agreed to, and then he sold John land bordering on Azerbaijan. He was a great visionary for what was going to come in the future. John's a man who picks his road battles with extreme care. Leaving Russia on the same trip in 1994, John got into a fight with the immigration officer at the Moscow airport because he accused John of altering his visa. They finally let John leave after a long, shall we say, discussion. By the way, John did slightly alter the visa, but I digress. Let's move on to British Columbia, one of John's favorite parts of the world, where he goes to relax. I don't even know how he spells relax. But there's no relaxing with this man, who's an accident continuously waiting to happen. How many people do you know go ziplining and break their ankle hitting a tree? John Wener. Or how about heli-skiing, where every run begins with a helicopter ride to the top of a mountain? In John's case, he also needed a helicopter to come down the mountain. Yet despite all this activity, all this hair-raising mischief, all this adrenaline rushing rowdiness, what really makes traveling with John unique is his ability to fall asleep anywhere, anytime, under any circumstances and conditions. Whether it's in Africa, the Middle East, or in the middle of a thermonuclear war. John can fall asleep in seconds, which makes me wonder if he's actually asleep right now. Frankly, I hope so.
Ladies and gentlemen, we could end this giant wiener roast right here. But to ensure that John continues to speak with us, let us close with a few heartwarming words.
John Wener is a magnificent human being in all aspects. He's uncompromising and lives his life to the fullest.
While he takes no prisoners, he doesn't take himself too seriously. He laughs at others, but more importantly, he laughs at himself.
He's wonderful, kind, and generous, yet incredibly down to earth. He toes the line between genius and madness with an impish grin, and mixes world-class accomplishments with joy and fun.
We should all be able to enjoy our time on earth like this man does.
So to John, we raise a toast.
John, here's to everything you've done.
And to everyone you've touched.
To every person you've helped.
And to every adventure that still lies ahead.
I'm sure. Here, Wener.
Hey, Wener. Wener, you could have two of them.
It's ready to be roasted.
John, if you would come forward, please. Try not. On behalf of the JCF, there's a small token of appreciation for all that you have done and continue to do. Nearly. That was not rehearsed, I promise you. It would have been beautiful to land it on his foot. Hold him on. Thank you. Come on, guys. This glass sculpture. They warned me. I'm not that bright. This glass sculpture symbolizes your approach to life and community, John. A bird that is uninhibited by walls and limitations of thought. You are unique. Just as a bird navigates the sky, your deeds, your very being as a visionary philanthropist has seen no boundaries and has touched us all. Mazel tov. I could really screw him up. Take his
Get the last
speech.
word now?
Yeah, but I got your speech.
It's okay. Oh, my. Well, I have to say I'm deeply touched. One, to have so many friends, people that I work with every day in community here tonight, and I thank you for being here. I must admit, ladies and gentlemen, it's quite the experience to stand here and address you after being roasted by the likes of the dynamic trio, Harvey, Jim, and Alan. Laughter truly is the best medicine, and I can assure you that I've just had a hearty dose of it. Now, all those stories actually are a bit colored, and I hope you don't take them at face value because they're mostly half untrue, but not all. It was all in good humor and friendship. However, as you well know, I relish the opportunity with open arms to get even, and my plans are well underway. And that's not a threat, it's a promise. You were all very adventurous and bold to accept this weenie roast. Being on the receiving end of your playful jabs has been quite the experience, and I can only hope that I've provided you with adequate material. I stand before you with a genuine sense of deep humility and gratitude, honored to be recognized as the Person of the Year for this remarkable organization. And it truly is one that I hold very dear to my heart, and I got thrown off the board because of a conflict of interest, and that was giving too much money. The reporters earlier are a poignant reminder of the outstanding collective efforts, education, and passion of the board and of the JCF, executive and staff. Please join me in toasting to their fabulous performance. I can only say that the toast will have to be deferred until we go outside and we can actually put some liquid assets in our hands. It's a privilege to address you as a proud and active member of our vibrant Jewish community. This recognition tonight means a lot to me. This evening is a testament to the incredible impact that the JCF has had on our community for the past 52 years. The exceptional growth was driven by a myriad of factors. In just the last 10 years, as you heard before, the foundation's assets grew from $366 million to over $2 billion. This remarkable achievement has placed the JCF as the largest community foundation in Canada. When I made the decision many years ago to entrust the management of my philanthropy to the JCF, it was driven by a myriad of factors that resonated deeply with me and my family. The JCF's unwavering commitment to guiding Susan and me, as well as our children, is deeply appreciated. This has provided us with invaluable advice, ensuring that every dollar we give makes the maximum impact. In addition, there are some highly thoughtful tax strategies which we have embraced to extend our annual reach. Another major feature that drew me to the JCF is its ability to provide low-cost, high-value services in a world where every contribution counts. Knowing that our funds are being used efficiently and effectively is of paramount importance to us. This cost-effectiveness and overwhelming flexibility on both investment strategies and distributions were a major consideration in not pursuing the costly aspects of a private foundation. We learned very quickly that in actual fact, and not intuitively, a private foundation is public, and a public foundation is private. It has availed us of the anonymity and privacy that many of us relish. In turnkey handling all the administrative and investment duties, the JCF has allowed us to focus on the joy of our giving during our lifetime and on the impactful legacies we want to create for the future. This is a testament to the JCF's commitment to building a stronger community for generations to come. I stand here tonight not only as a recipient of this esteemed award, but as a former board member and a committed ambassador. I implore each one of you to share your personal story of the JCF's impact and value to you with those around you. By centralizing our giving, we are actively contributing to the efficacy, growth, and betterment of our community. As the JCF flourishes, it becomes better equipped to respond to our ever-changing needs. Vital, unrestricted funds enable rapid responses to emergencies, as was the case with COVID, and the allocation of substantial dollars to other unplanned critical priorities. The Foundation's support during the pandemic, the funding for pressing needs through Federation CGA, and the NOVA grant programs are vivid examples of how the JCF's growth directly translates into the support for those who are most in need. I've learned over the years that a strong JCF directly translates into a strong community. As Yair once wisely said, the JCF has provided a measure of resilience to the Federation's annual campaign, making it to a large extent recession-proof. The true essence of the JCF's impact can be measured in the countless charitable causes it supports. With over 1,100 organizations across Canada and grantees worldwide, the JCF's reach knows no bounds. Last year alone, $189 million was granted, making a tangible difference in communities and lives across the globe. As I conclude my remarks, I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to three remarkable individuals who've played pivotal roles in the success and growth of the stellar organization. Bobby Kleinman, who took the foundation from its meager beginnings under his leadership in 1994 from $50 million to over $366 million when Kathy joined us 10 years ago. Bobby left a partnership at Zitter-Siblin and has been a stalwart teacher and friend to a great many Montreal philanthropies that have and continue to learn from his vast knowledge. Bobby also continues to be a key advisor during Kathy's tenure. Interestingly, both Bobby and Kathy have each led a seven-fold growth in assets during their respective terms of office. A heartfelt thank you to Francine Wiseman. As a matter of fact, Francine, as I got here, Robbie was walking across the street with a set of flowers, and I thought for sure it was for me. It's okay, Bob. I didn't want to embarrass you into that. I want to thank Francine for her leadership during her term as president of the JCF's. Francine's dedication, passion, and unwavering commitment have been instrumental in driving the Foundation's mission forward. Her visionary approach has had incredible impact on our future, and we should all be grateful for her guidance and thoughtful leadership. I've had the pleasure of working with Francine at Kahila, and I know that she will always leave her mark, and you have. I want to extend my deepest appreciation to a very special lady and dear friend, Kathy Asayak. I've had the great pleasure of knowing and working with Kathy for over 22 years. First, when she was CJA's campaign director, then at Concordia University, at the Fraser Institute, CJPAC, and at JCF. In each role, Kathy has left her indelible mark of success. Kathy, your friendship means so much to Susan and me. We love you, kiddo, and we're so lucky to have you at the helm of our community foundation. Thank you. And congratulations to Anne-Marie. Are you still here? Yeah, there you are. I know that we have placed the foundation in good hands, and we look forward to your success in our future. And finally, to my beautiful wife, Susan. Your support, understanding, and encouragement have been the driving force behind my journey in business, in philanthropy, and community engagement. Your willingness to stand with me through all the challenges and triumphs are a constant source of strength. Your dedication to making a positive impact on the lives of others is a testament to your kind heart and generous spirit. Thank you, Susan, for being my rock, the string on my kite, my confidant, and my partner in life. Thank you to my wonderful children, Cassie and Allie, for both being here, along with Jackie, Chris, and Pat, who've joined us by Zoom, and to all of my grandchildren, especially Izzy and Sonny, who are here tonight, to my sister Pam, and all of my dear friends in the room here tonight, and those who couldn't be here. Thank you all for your support and for sharing this awesome journey with me. Merci et bonsoir. Shana Tova to all. Thank you.